everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Saints are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Panthers, who will need to solve that secondary. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Stewart is the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
On second down, here's Newton. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's brought down. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Now Stewart on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it's third down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Nick Vigil. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And the ball carrier there, Mark Ingram, in his 6th season now with the Saints.
Yet to have a 1,000-yard season, but any guy who wins the Heisman Trophy, you know the potential's always there.
Yeah, but you're right. Yet to get to 1,000. Had 769 last year in 12 games. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, kill. You got tight. You got tight right there. Ready. 95-56.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. It's caught left side by Cooks. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Charles Johnson off the edge. A long day for any offensive tackle. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Now Breeze, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Johnson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They start on the ground. This is Stewart on 1st. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Third and long, it's Newton. Over the middle here to Brown. Called a gain of 13 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
On second down, here's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Throwing is Newton. He was trying to get it to his fullback, Mike Tolbert, and that'll bring up second down.
Receivers work all the time.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Corey Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Ingram again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is taken at the 18. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. One receiver right, that's Brown. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And they set up the screen, that's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a 1st down.
Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones up to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their big-bodied receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So we witnessed Thomas's first trip to pay dirt, and I think it's going to be the first of a lot of trips to pay dirt.
I think that we're going to see better production from him in the NFL than we saw in college. Remember, when he was at Ohio State, it was a run offense, and then they would throw the football. In the NFL, it's much more of a pass-first game, and I think his ability to catch the ball against defenders who are really pressing up on him, I think it's going to be a great skill for him to use in the NFL.
Number 47 overall pick. They think they got a steal. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Second and 10, Newton again. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Sheldon Rankins, the rookie from Louisville, in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. The give to Whitaker. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Breeze now on first down. Left side and caught by Flainer. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Breeze throwing on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Breeze. And incomplete here on third down. Kobe Flainer, the tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They come out here in the eye. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That ball was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Kill, Lady. Sammy. Lady. Check 50.
On second down, here's Breeze. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Got it. Ready, Johnny. Switch.
Breeze to throw on second down. It's caught left side by Cooks. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stewart is the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Second down following the run. Here's Newton now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And this one brought in by a man who missed all of last year, Kelvin Benjamin. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before the break. Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Breeze going to throw. Rolling to his right. It's complete. Fleener, right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there's a nice completion to Kobe Fleener, and no one can be happier than Drew Brees.
They had Jimmy Graham for all those years, Ben Watson last year, and now coming south from Indianapolis, Fleener. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by the second rounder, Von Bell. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
Here we go. Kill. Turn up. Ready. Ready. We're waiting.
On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. And they'll give it to him here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
In the red zone this time. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And for K'Wan Short, the questions about his motor really went away in 2015. Boy, what a season he had.
17 tackles for a loss last year, and, of course, give him another one right there. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down. And the first carry for the former Clemson Tigers, C.J. Spiller. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
And the decision to bring it out proves somewhat fruitful as he is able to get it across the 25 by a little bit. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, they run with Stewart. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. So it is third down now, but less than a yard to go. Stewart is the lone setback. To throw is Newton. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I think what we've witnessed here in this game is some really good defensive strategy trying to take away Greg Olsen from Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, when they connect for the first time in the third quarter, that's an issue for the Panthers.
Now they've got to connect a lot because their team is losing. They're going to try and get back in it right now.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On second down, here's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Throwing on third down, Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
2nd down, 8. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
So a 3rd and 8. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Underneath the Spiller. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. He'll get the football here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. From the gun on third down, Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that brings up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route. He tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
Carolina getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second down following the incompletion. Back to the air, Newton on second down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. They're going to run. This is Stewart. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down.
Ready? You ready? Hey. 4 down.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Breeze. And Thomas has it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They run the counter now on first down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, 4 down. Here we go. Hey, check 24.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Double tight, double tight.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing now is Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be first down, Panthers. Stewart is the lone setback. Newton to throw. And Olsen over the middle. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Credit the tackle there to the rookie Von Bell.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Desperation time. Newton, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie, Nick Vigil. And they'll start out with great field position. position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. 3 yards remaining here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Bree's going to try and throw on third down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. Fresh set of downs here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. And it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it